Hey guys, my name's Stefan Botanist Cool, and today we're rolling up yet another character with my psychedelic dice. I like these dice a lot, and I mean, as you guys know, I just like dice in general, and I like making characters. So this whole series is about me sharing how I find my inspiration in the dice to make the character that the dice represent, and hopefully that helps you guys in some way, shape, and or form, whether you're a DM who wants to make NPCs or a player who's making their first character and just wants to see how some people make their characters. And at the end of this video, please tell me what character you would have made with these dice. I am absolutely itching to know. I call these dice my psychedelic dice, and I know why I did. They really give me that groovy psychedelic feel, and I get it. I look back at myself, I'm like, Steph, yeah, that makes sense. But in all reality, the more I look at it now, the more I feel that these dice are more berry-like wild berries or boysenberries or something like that. And it just feels like berries and jam and all that kind of natural stuff. And I went off and made a character based off of berries. Pathfinder 1st Edition has a playable race called the Orids. The Orids are humanoid individuals who have very earthy, ground-like features. So as an example, they actually grow crystalline body parts, or they'll have like fertile soil on their skin, they'll be able to grow moss, that kind of stuff. Now, it's been forever since I've played as one, and I really enjoyed them back in the day, but I haven't played Pathfinder in a very long time, so I don't remember everything about them. But I wanted that vibe for this character, and the closest thing I could find was an Earth Genasi. And I decided to say, hey, let's flavor this up a little bit, something that would be pretty easy for a DM to accept as a player, or for a DM to put as an NPC, and say that the skin of the Earth Genasis actually acts like fertile soil. And that fertile soil could grow things like mosses and grasses, some basic things, and of course, they're good berries from their level 1 ranger spell list. Yes, I based this character off. The fundamentals of this character were based off of the spell Goodberry, of all things. And honestly, I had a blast with it because this spell brought the next question to my mind, which was, what is my character's relationship with nature? And then I decided to think about it a bit more, and I said, you know what? I kind of want this character to be a hunter. I took inspiration from Monster Hunter. Surprise, surprise, one of my favorite franchises, and I have a whole bunch of videos of it over on the channel, so go take a look if you want to. But I specifically decided to focus on the relationship between the hunter and the environment in the same way Monster Hunter attempts to do it, by showing that the hunters are there to maintain, or attempt to maintain, the natural order of the ecosystem and aid it in the best way they can. I personally decided to emphasize this kind of relationship by saying my character is vegetarian. They don't hunt for food, they hunt solely to maintain the ecosystem's current healthy status to the best of their ability, and they'll survive off of scavenging, or they'll survive off of Goodberry. This character concept gives the DM a lot of space to work in, because DM now knows there's at least one player who's invested in this local environment, who is a warden and protector of this local environment, and can now threaten it and have the party work together to fend off that threat. And this threat could be anything to the DM's wants. It could be poachers coming in and taking the natural resources and killing off rare native species. It could be invasive predatory creatures that are coming in and eating all the local fauna. Or it could be something magic-based, turning all the creatures into chaotic beings that are destroying the ecosystem. There's at least one character invested in this area, and that could bring the rest of the party together to fight off this threat. I made sure to give the characters weapons and tools that would help them in a survival situation, like the hand axe, the dagger, and the longbow that you probably see on the character sheet, probably about now-ish. I don't know when the character sheet's going to appear, but it's going to appear soon, I promise. I also made sure that all their class features were really focused on making this character a hunter and a specialist in that hunting field. And eventually they could take on other favorite terrains and other favorite enemy types, but I made sure to focus on this specific terrain for the start, and then they could change and add more later on. I made sure that the character took the archery fighting style, as well as ensnaring strike and hunter's mark, to really drive home their role in the party and in the environment itself. One thing I really adore about this character is the fact that there is limitless potential for challenges against them and for them to grow. I kind of alluded to it before with the whole favorite terrain stuff, but eventually this character is probably going to have to leave their favorite terrain. They're going to have to leave that comfort zone to continue on this adventure with the party, which means they have to learn and adapt and change. They have to understand the rest of the world, and they have to really be open to these new experiences, or eventually have to find a way to be opened up to these new experiences. And there's a lot of roleplay potential for this character. There could be conflicts between this character and the party members because of these changes and not wanting these changes to happen or not being able to adjust to these changes. There can be camaraderie formed by the fact that two characters might be leaving their comfort zone and they take solace in one another and understanding each other's pain and each other's confusion. Or there could be a new friendship formed because someone decided, hey, this person's not used to an urban area. I want to take them under my wing and help them adjust. There's a lot of roleplay opportunity alongside the combat opportunity that I think this character has. And if this sounds like fun to you, again, take a look at that PDF and take what you like from it and inspiration, use it for yourself. Speaking of the character sheet, just quick little stuff. I use standard array and the average health to get this character up and running, so nothing too crazy. Talk to your DM if you want to either roll for that stuff, and you should be all good. That's all the time I have for today, guys. Thank you very much for joining on in. If you enjoyed it, like, subscribe, all the cool stuff. Links are down below, including a link to my throne if you want to buy me more dice to get addicted over. I'll be grateful for that. And yeah, thank you very much for hanging out with me. Tell me down in the comments below what kind of character you would have made of these dice, and I'll see you for the next one. Stay safe and stay Botanist Cool. Bye, everyone.